Hi, it's Molly here at Elevated Mind and Movement, and today we have a practice called progressive muscle relaxation. If you're not familiar with it, progressive muscle relaxation is a guided practice that moves from one end of our body to the other, and we tense and relax groups of muscles as we go. So why do we do this? There's two reasons. The first is that it's very relaxing. Sometimes we don't even know that we're holding tension in our bodies until we try and tense it a little bit more. We could be walking around just completely tensed up and people will be like, you need to relax. I am relaxed. Okay, but try and tense up then. Oh, I guess I wasn't as relaxed as I thought. So in the short term, it helps us relax. There's also a long-term practice element to this. The more we do progressive muscle relaxation, the more we get to know the difference between what it feels like when certain parts of our body are tense and what they feel like when they're completely relaxed. And as we build some muscle memory or body memory for those sensations, we start to pick up a little bit faster on when something might be going wrong, or we might be tensing up a little. So if you notice that when you are under stress, you always have a headache, but you don't really realize it until you have the headache, there's a good chance that there was a whole lot of tension, probably in your shoulders and your neck and the back of your head, that was building up throughout the day that you just didn't notice. That took it from point A, neutral, you woke up, you were fine, to that point in the day when you've got the raging headache and your whole body feels like it's in knots. So as we do progressive muscle relaxation, your body starts to register all of those little shifts in between so that we can catch them a little bit faster. We might notice, if we can't find our car keys in the morning, that oh, that's starting to feel a little tense up there. Okay, and now I can address it right away instead of letting that tension build and build and build until I get to the end of the day and I'm like, I have a raging headache and I don't want to talk to anybody, everything's awful. So, the short-term reason for doing progressive muscle relaxation is relaxation in the moment. I do recommend doing this as a 40-day practice. Now, in the world of yoga, we love 40-day practices. Breathing practices, asana practices, for people who do Kundalini, Kriya practices. A lot of them go in these 40-day practices where you set aside 40 days and you do the exact same practice every day for 40 days. And if you forget or you miss a day, you start over and start counting from 1 again. So sometimes a 40-day practice can take an entire year to actually do. But the idea of a 40-day practice is to really get to the point where you know something so well that it becomes integrated into part of your everyday life. And the beauty of progressive muscle relaxation is if we can integrate that, what we're really integrating is the ability to sense into our bodies when our bodies might be reacting to things in the environment that maybe our mind isn't consciously picking up on. So, you don't have to do a 40-day practice. I think it's a great idea, and if you want to, awesome, go for it. If you just want to do it today to get some relaxation in your body, that's great too. So, let's get started. The first thing we want to do in progressive muscle relaxation is at least be in a comfortable position to start out with. You can do this laying down, you can do it sitting, you can do it in a chair, you can do it standing up. If you get really good at it and you can tense and relax everything all at once, you can do it while you're standing in line at the bank. I've done that. Hey, the bank can be stressful. So find a position that's going to feel comfortable for you that you can maintain throughout this practice. And we're going to get started at the top of our head. So sensing into the top of your head, I just want you to bring your attention there for a moment. And now we're going to introduce some tension. So I want you to wrinkle up your forehead, like you're really, really concerned about something. And I want you to feel what that feels like. Notice the tightness. Notice the kind of crunching of the skin around your forehead. And then let it relax. Let's try that again. Scrunch up your forehead. This time let's add the eyes. Kind of scrunch up your eyes. Eyes and forehead. And then let it go. Just let all the muscles let go. Now we're going to move down to your nose. And this one, you want to treat it sort of like a fly just landed on your nose, and you're trying to get it off by like making your nose as small as possible, scrunching up your nose. And then let that go. Now we're going to focus around the mouth. So really kind of tightening your mouth, trying to make your mouth as small as possible. And let it go. And now let's try and do the whole face. So we're scrunching up the forehead, squinting the eyes, making the nose as small as possible, getting the mouth teeny tiny. Scrunch up that whole face. And let it just go. And sit there for a moment. Just notice that feeling of letting go. All the muscles relax. The skin goes smooth. Now bring your attention to your jaw. I want you to tense up your jaw, almost like you're biting down on a jawbreaker. Not so hard you crack any teeth, but just enough to bring that tension to the jaw. And then let the jaw just drop. Maybe even give it a little wiggle. And try that again. Tense it up. Let it drop. Moving down to your shoulders. I want you to bring your shoulders up to your ears. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Feel that tension. Let them drop. Feel how you can almost feel like the blood kind of rush down. Let's try that one more time because this tends to hold a lot of tension. Tighten that up. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Feel that tension. Breathe into it and exhale, let it go. This time when we inhale, I want you to feel like you're expanding the chest. We're going to move the tension that way. So inhaling, feeling that chest stretch open. Hold it, feel that tension, and then release and let go. Move down into the rib cage a little bit so that you can feel kind of the side ribs open up. Inhale. Hold it, hold it. Exhale. Feel everything sort of drop back into the midline. Now I want you to imagine that you are squeezing lemons. If you've ever tried to squeeze a lemon, they are very firm. They don't like to be squeezed. So you're gonna have to really get all the muscles of the arm involved. So clenching the hand, feeling the tension coming up into the forearm, bring up that bicep, really bring all of that, almost so that you're shaking, and then let the arms just drop. Try that one more time. Tense it up, hold it, feel that tension, and then let it go. Sometimes it feels good to just kind of shake that out a little bit. So for the thighs, sometimes this one's a little easier to do when you are sitting in a chair. So I'll give you a couple different options. The first one is, if you are sitting in a chair, to just come up a little bit so that you can feel the legs tense up. So almost like you're getting up, but you're not going to get up all the way. And then sit back down. That's if you're in a chair. If you are not in a chair, I want you to just tighten up the thighs and then let them go. So tightening up so that you can feel it, feeling the back of the legs. You're just kind of almost like you're pulling your kneecaps up to get that tension, and then let it go. Let the legs just kind of drop. Try that one more time. Bring those kneecaps up and then let it relax. For the calves, you're just going to flex your foot so that you feel it get tight and let it go. Flex the foot, let it go. Do that on the other side if you didn't already. Flex the foot, let it go. When you're flexing, noticing that feeling of tension back here, and then as you let it go, notice how that relaxation kind of rushes in with the blood. So now to get the shins, this time we're going to point the feet. So point the toes, let them go. Point the toes, let them kind of relax back to their natural state. One more time. Point the toes, let them relax. For the feet, we're going to scrunch up the feet. So if you're sitting in a chair, you almost want to feel like you are digging your toes into the ground. So you're going to clench, dig those toes in, and then let them relax. If you're laying, you can do the same thing. You're just not going to have the contact point of the ground. You're going to dig the toes in, curl them up, kind of scrunch up your feet, let them go. One more time. Scrunch up the feet, let them go. Now, we're going to go back to the mid-body before we do the whole body all together. And I want you to feel like you are preparing to get punched in the stomach if you're sitting upright, or if you're laying down, imagine that an elephant is about to come and step on you, and you've got to tighten up your abdominals to try and protect your internal organs. So take a deep breath in, let it out, and tighten the stomach. Feel that tension, that gripping, that holding, and then let it go. Almost like you're letting the stomach just kind of drop out. Try that again. Tighten it up. Hold it. Let it go. So for the whole body, we're just going to try and tense everything all at once. Feel that tension, feel that holding, and then have this big relaxation feeling. So everything you've got right now, head to toe, face, shoulders, arms, stomach, legs, feet, you're going to do it all at once. So take a deep breath in, let it out. All right, and on the count of 3, so 1, 2, 3, tense it all up. And then let it go. And you feel that? You feel how that feels different? Let's try that again. Take another deep breath in. Let it out. And once again, you don't have to wait for the count of 3. You can do this on your own. We're going to tense everything up, and I really want you to kind of memorize that feeling of tension. So let's give that a try. Tense everything. Hold it so that you can feel that tension. And let it all go. Relax. Take a moment now to feel how different relaxation feels in your body. As you go through this practice, you can do it a few times with me, or there are lots of other guided progressive muscle relaxations that you can follow. Ideally, you want to get to the point where you can kind of just self-guide and do this on your own. So when you're doing it on your own, sometimes it's helpful to pair the clenching or the tightening with an inhale and think hold, and then pair the relaxation and letting go with the exhale and think release or let go. And that gets your mind involved too, so that you're really thinking about the difference between holding and relaxing. Hopefully your body feels a little more relaxed right now. Give everything a good shake. You've just kind of woken up a lot of muscles and then relaxed them and woken them up and tensed them and relaxed them, and they're probably really confused about what just happened. So shake it out. Give yourself a little bit of love for putting your body through that. And just know that as you do this practice, it's really feeling into your body. It's experiencing what's happening in your body, and it's training your body to recognize when it's feeling tense and when it's feeling relaxed, and pairing that with the breath and the thought of let go. Ideally, after you've done this for a while and you're doing the full body thing and letting go in the bank line. I don't do the face part there. It's kind of a nice way to remind the body that sometimes all it takes to help it relax is to take a deep breath in, exhale, and remind yourself to let go. So give this practice a try. If you like it, great. If this doesn't work for you, that's okay too. Thank you for joining me for this practice. See you again soon.